Manggarai is a place that has the various unique cultures. One of them is Tiba Meka rites. In this video, we gonna talk about the meaning of Tiba Meka, what are the procedures in Tiba Meka rites, and we also explain the values that we can find in this tradition.
Why am I still here and waiting for us to happen? 'Cause you never wanted everything I loved about you. I probably imagined, 'cause we never had it. Funny, it's been so long, and so there's nothing that's changed. And it was never your fault. Wish there was something to blame. And I wish I could think of you and know that it was real.
The meaning of Tiba Meka rites. Manggarai people have a unique custom in procedure for welcoming guests, which plays a role in strengthening brotherhood and fostering friendship. The procedure for receiving guests in the tradition of Manggarai people is called Tiba Meka rites. The guests who are greeted with this rite usually apply to the government figures, community leaders, and religious leaders. During the reception process, traditional leaders wear traditional clothes such as songke, white shirts, scarves, and sapu for men. The meaning of Tiba Meka comes from two words, namely Tiba and Meka. Tiba means receiving, accepting, pairing, agreeing, or welcoming, while Meka means a guest. So, Tiba Meka means receiving or welcoming guests. Guests who are greeted with this rite of arrival are Meka atapoli reke beolon, or guests who promise to come to a village beforehand. They are those who come to a village because there is a need, such as government guests, religious leaders, or social organizations who do come because they have business related to the family or village affairs in question.
Procedure for Tiba Meka. In welcoming guests or Tiba Meka, the Manggarai people go through certain procedures. First, raise Tiba Dia or welcoming guest. In this part, we raise Tiba Larojang or spokesperson Letang Temba, representing the villagers to give the opening greeting. Furthermore, guests were given manuk bakok or white roasters and tuak or palm wine as the peak of joy from the villagers, represented by traditional speakers as a sign of respect. Here, tuak palm wine is a symbol of surrendering all hopes to guests who come to have fun with all the villagers. Second, rice aguraos chamalaing, or sharing joy and togetherness. In this section, traditional speakers call guests who come with ma. In this greeting, traditional speakers show humility by building an atmosphere of familiarity. This friendly atmosphere is very visible in the unity of the village residents together or Padirwai Rentusai to welcome guests who come. Furthermore, traditional speaker give tuak race or welcoming wine as an invitation for guests to become part of the villagers and enjoy the joyful atmosphere. The third, Pandeng Cepat, means physical and spiritual togetherness. The Pandeng Cepat even is more about the act of giving betel nut without any formal statement of custom. In the custom of Manggarai people, the rule of giving betel nuts is by women. Betel nut is used in the culture of the Manggarai people as race or symbolic welcome. In this race, betel and areca nut are mixed with wedding which does not run out immediately, but is kept in a special container. It is wedding that procedure color and lasts long. This is meant to symbolize that brotherhood for the Manggarai people remains intact and unbroken. Enjoying betel nut is a sign of entering and tasting the atmosphere of fellowship.
Fourth, Inung Vaikolang, drinking together as a sign of intimacy. After giving the Bedernant, Vaikolang hot water was served as an appetizer. Inung Vaikolang is an important custom of the Manggaran people. Every time people visit, drinks are always served. Hot water is a part of the customary receptions. Vaikolang is an expression to describe an appetizer. Not only water is served, but also snacks, even rice, vegetables, and side dishes. This means that the menu that is served when the new people arrive, in the form of the food and a drinks and an opening menu is called Vaikolang. Fifth, Tegiravang, asking for confirmations of a motivation. In these sections, traditional speakers want to convey to the guests so they can give some positive views for the progress of the village. As a reinforcement of the request, traditional speakers give the palm wine to the guest. Thus, he will enthusiastically give what is useful for improving the standard of living of the village community. 6. Walidia, please safety for guests. In these sections, there are the 4 things to note. First, a thank you. In this greeting, traditional speakers representing the villagers express their gratitude for the guests' willingness to visit and have fun with them. Second, hope. In these sections, traditional speakers hope that guests will be given fluency in the business and a long life so that they can meet again with the villagers. Third, apologize. In these sections, the traditional speakers conveys an apology to the guest. The content is that if there are wrong words or actions, please don't remember them and keep them in your heart. Fourth, closing. In these sections, traditional speakers reinforce what they say with the palm wine. However, it is not the usual wine, but tuak barosala, wine to ask to be forgiven.
Here and waiting for us to happen, 'cause you never wanted everything I loved about you. I probably imagined, 'cause we never had.
The values in Tiba Manggaraians. There are some values in Tiba Manggaraians such as first, social values. In these rites, the cooperation of the people of one village in welcoming guests shows an atmosphere of familiarity and harmony between communities in social life. Second, moral values. The Manggarai people really respect every guest who comes to visit their village, so that with humility and joy, they welcome the guests with respect like they in Kolang. And the language procedures are also arranged probably so that guests who come feel comfortable. Third, culture value. The Manggarai community is very obedient to customs, so that in every rite or tradition that is carried out, it is inseparable from the existence of objects that symbolize symbolic meanings. In the Tiba Manggarai, the things that really stand out are the manuk bakok, tuak, cepa, and the clothes worn by traditional leaders, namely songke cloth, white clothes, scarves,
Why
and
am I
sapu
still
for
here
men.
and waiting for us to happen? 'Cause you never wanted everything I loved about you. I probably imagined, 'cause we never had it.
For the Manggaraian people themselves and the guests who come, each stage of refreshing guests contains certain values. These values include everything related to openness, intimacy, humility, respect, responsibility, caring, and courtesy. These values are instilled through a culture of greeting each other in various situations, as well as in the form of caring for others and sharing happiness. In the process of internalizing these values, the role of traditional elders is very important. This is important because the adat elders function as Larojang and Letang Tembak, namely as spokespersons and intermediaries or representing residents who are in the same village and guests who come. However, not all guests are accepted according to custom. Guests who are usually received according to custom are guests of honor, such as government figures.
And I wish I could think of you and know that it's real. Why am I still here and waiting for us to happen? 'Cause you never wanted everything I loved about you. I probably imagined, 'cause we never had it. Funny, it's been so long, and so there's nothing that's changed.